Okay, so I've got another really exciting project to show you. Down here I've got a canvas bag. Let me just show you what it's like when it's not sellotaped to the masking tape to the table. I was at a junkyard and there was a great big pile of these canvas bags. I only bought 3 because I was never sure what I was ever going to use them for, but I thought I was probably going to paint them, but today I'm going to decoupage them. So what I've done so far, the paper I'm going to be using today is called Tarrow. Beautiful sunshiny, lovely lady. Another lovely lady. This is a bright, happy piece. This is good, for, I think, probably for not only furniture, but good for smalls as well. Sit that down there. Now, what have I done so far? I hope you can pick it up. I have, because my tape is white, unfortunately.
No, I reckon it's obvious.
I taped round the edge. Why have I done that? It's just so I know where my glue is going to go, because it won't be obvious. I'm going to do the front and the back and the bottom, and I'm going to paint the sides. So this is the front, back, bottom. Right. So what you're going to have to do is you are going to paint your whole surface with Mod Podge where you want the glue to be, where you're going to put your decoupage paper. And when it dries, you're going to do it again. So you're going to put 2 coats of Mod Podge onto your canvas. Yeah. So I'm just making sure I get into the edges. And really, this is just about a whole load of letting it dry in the beginning, because you can't really do anything until your glue is completely dry. So you need to let one layer dry, making sure you get it right into the fibres or the canvas. Yeah. So just as dull as this sounds, you're going to do 1 coat, let it dry. If you live in a hot climate, that's not so bad. Actually, Scotland's nice today, so, well, it's tonight, but... So I'm going to get on, and I'm going to make sure that I give the front and the back of my bag a really good coat of Mod Podge. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to give it another coat, okay? Okay, the 2 coats are dry. That's what they do on the reels, isn't it? They do like that with their fingers, right? Anyway, you probably don't know that, Matt. But I have measured my paper. Now, I want it, if Martin can just come in closely and show you, I want it slightly, I don't want it over the masking tape line. I want it just slightly before that. So I've measured the front and the back, remembering that this has got to go that way because that's the front, and the other side has got to go that way because it's the back. If you've got a flap over one like me. I was really lucky to get these. I think I can't even remember what I paid for them. I think he threw them in for free because I was buying furniture at the time, which keep these parts because these are really nice. They would do something else.
Where did you get them?
I got them from the Glory Hole.
They were free.
Yeah.
Yes, he gave them to you.
I think he always kind of gives me random things at the end because I think he thinks I'm a bit nuts. So it's either like a bag of shells or...
Well, we don't go there unless we're going to literally fill the van, do
yeah, and so I think at the end he's so happy that he just throws in things for free. Apart from a garden gnome, he didn't throw that in for free. But, you know, he's good.
That was the day we made him dig that giant...
the Mexican things in our living room.
Yeah.
Right, so that's this side's one, and let's just measure it up again just to check I've got my measurements correct. I think it could do with just a little edge off here. Precision this week. Now, my back lady, just the same deal. So I don't know where I found these scissors, but they're nice and sharp. They're not like any of my scissors that I've got here that are normally blunt. I've been telling you, see, all these parts, I'm still keeping my bin of cardboard and paper for my paper mache. That'll be a different project. I don't know whether I'll film that or not. It's nothing to do with the decoupage per se. It's just remnants of paper. I'm going to fill it up with ripped up bits of toilet roll, put it in a bucket with water, and let it sit overnight, blend it, add PVA, and...
I've got some paper to add to that pile. Oh,
good. Well, the more the merrier. You just add PVA, and you can add a cup of wall compound, which is tile grout, I guess. And then you can make things with it, so I'm going to do that. I don't know, I'm going to make a big pot, I think. Right, so there we go. More strips for my... These ones, no, keep a hold of those. Those will be good for other things. So let's just check. Oh, watch that, iron's really hot, that, in case you're leaving it. 3rd-degree burns over a bag. Just need to check the same thing. It's a bit puffy down here, so I think I'm going to just take a little bit off, just so that it's not... Try that again. Yeah, I think we're pretty good there. I think they said you could do with a little bit of straightening up. Sorry, it's worth getting these parts right. I mean, you know me, I'm a bit slapdash, but if it's got this, there's certain things you just have to do right, or it won't work. Oh dear, Martin,
Excuse me.
bad cough. Let's try that again. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about this corner down here, but we will just go for it. Just making sure that my position is right. I think I'm going to do one at a time because I think that's going to confuse my brain, and it's easily confused. Sorry, Martin, you were around there. I could have done that side first, couldn't I? That would have been too easy. Right, oh, hey ho. Now you're supposed to use greaseproof paper for things like this, but I don't have any, so I'm using vellum. So here's hoping that this is going to work. Right, okay.
It's the heat melt the glue, does it?
Yeah, so now what I'm ironing it. See, Martin seems quite surprised. See what I mean? I think it's really got the greaseproof paper here. Yeah, because it's burning through. What can I use instead that's kind of greasy? Because now it looks distressed. I'll do it quickly and save it. But it really needs heat. Nah, see, it's just going to keep melting onto it and throwing it off. What could I do? I'll go into the kitchen.
So top tip, don't use vellum.
I don't mind this looking a little bit this, but it needs way more heat, so I have to go into the kitchen and see if I can find something that can go over the top of this that I can melt it with. I don't think this is okay. The only drawback is I'm going to have to put that vellum on the other one at some point to get that same kind of distressed look, but back in 1 minute. Okay, well, I'm a little bit disappointed that the face got a little bit distressed with the vellum. Hey ho, what can you do? I'm not going to labour the point. What I did do was, because I still couldn't find any greaseproof paper, I went into the kitchen and I got tin foil, because it's heat repellent, and I put a piece of just art paper on top of it, and then I just ironed the heck out of it, yeah? Like this. I mean, I really gave it a good iron, and this is how it looks. I can't pull it up now because it's still got the tape on it because it needs to have Mod Podge on it over the top, but am I worried about this? Should I be worried about it? I have to make the back the same way whether I want to or not now, but it just, I suppose. Oh, I'm not going to sweat it. Right, okay. So my other lovely lady at the other side, she's going to get the same treatment, but remember I have to make her a wee bit distressed as well with the vellum. I think I need to cut this. It's this corner down here that's really bothering me. I'm just going to take another part off of this just in case. Watch that iron, Mary. I'm really scared.
I'm aware of it.
I'm really scared to get burnt. Can you imagine?
I won't.
All over a bag. Then we can see. Do you remember that time you got burnt when I was making that bag? Actually, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's a bit sick. Right, I'm happier now. Okay, so I'm going to put it on first before I do the distress with the vellum. So pat it down, and this is how I did the last one. Now I'm sure that greaseproof paper, and I think the reason why I don't have any greaseproof paper is because I've crafted with all the stuff I do have. Because I quite often use it as tracing paper if I can't find the vellum. Today I could find the big roll of vellum. I couldn't find the tracing paper. I couldn't find the baking paper. So, never mind. Just don't cut corners like I did, or think you can be clever and use other things, because clearly you can't.
But this seems to work.
Yeah. No, this is working perfectly.
Foil and paper.
Yeah. Just cheap paper. I'm paying particular attention to remember where the corner was all wrinkled down the bottom here, because you don't want that coming off. Now, is this bag going to be durable? Yes, it is. It's going to be durable, it's going to be wipeable, and it's going to be waterproof. And once it's on, it shouldn't come back off. So let's have a wee look, see. Peel that off gently. And let's just see if it's all adhered everywhere. I can see a little part here. I'll put my iron on it while I grab my vellum, because I need to do my distress. One last. I'm actually applying quite a bit of weight. Yeah. Right, vellum on just so I can get a bit of distress. This is ridiculous, isn't it? I bet it doesn't do it now, and I'll be raging. Oh, it's not doing it now.
Did a little bit on the hair.
Did it? Come on. Oh, did it quite a lot there. Right, okay, so that's how to make something perfect look imperfect. Now, put my iron down there. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to come back on with my Mod Podge again, right? And I am going to, now you need a nice soft brush for this, and you don't want it to go too heavy. And you're going to smear it over your bag again, just so it's washable. And this won't be all crispy when I finish with it either. It'll be quite soft and malleable. And you're going to cover your whole bag, or whatever canvas. I mean, you could do canvas aprons. What else is canvas, Martin? I mean,
Tents. You could do a tent.
Obviously, Martin thinks you could maybe decoupage a tent.
The roof of my car.
If you felt we could do a convertible roof.
I could decoupage my car.
Alina will be saying that because Alina wants you to decoupage a car. Right, so once it's on nice and smooth it all down. You're just going to leave this to dry again, yeah? But keep hold of your tin foil, because we're going to need the tin foil again for the next part. Just to heat seal that in. Make sure you glue right down where that masking tape line is, so that it's waterproof down. Oh, that needs a bit of an iron. I'm just going to do that. Stick that down. I'm going to, when I heat seal the top, I'll heat seal down there. Obviously that didn't get done. I was a bit nervous after burning this one. Right, this one's fine though. Yeah, I think I just got a wee bit nervous with the other side. Right, okay, jolly good. Let's just let that all dry. Martin can get on with his editing, and I'll ring him to come back out when it's dry. Okay, so the Mod Podge is dry. I've already ironed this side. Now I'm going to iron this side. Now, I think if you use greaseproof paper, it's quite easy to peel off. So is the tin foil, but I think I've got a funny feeling it'd probably be easier with greaseproof paper, because it's not sticky, but you just have to peel it. Making sure that you're doing all of the edges, and I have to make sure I do down in this corner that wasn't appropriately stuck the first time round. So just making sure I apply lots of heat. Right now, so that's it. Been heat sealed. Pull off your tin foil and paper, or your greaseproof paper, whatever you're using. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to peel off the masking tape that runs all the way around it. Still quite warm. Probably better cooling it down first. This has to go in my other bin. I can't put that in my paper mache bin because it's not, it won't degrade. Right, something like that. And pull just like this up. And I can see there's a bit here as well. Right now, let's have a look at the bag. So this is it from the back, and this is it from the front, and this is how malleable it is. You know, it's waterproof. It's
I was just saying it's almost like, looks like leather now.
Yeah. Now what I need to do is I need to do the rest of the bag. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to put it back down the way it was, and of course I'm going to paint it. Now, first thing I need here, which I happen to have just sitting here.
Have you finished with the iron?
You can unplug me, Martin. Bet you wish you could unplug me. Just let it fall. It's good. Right, now, colours. I think I'm going to use a little bit of Provence. I've got a cereal packet here that'll help protect the other side. Oh, wrong place. Marty, it's okay. You don't need to worry about the iron. I think you're freaking out.
I'm not.
Matt's freaking out. How can you film when you're running around with an iron? Just put it down. Here, pop it on there. Pop it on there. Are you scared you get burnt?
I'm scared you get burnt.
I'll be fine.
That's last words.
Yeah, I put my Provence paint in my top coat sealer. Why? Because it makes your paint waterproof, and it means it's not going to run in the rain or anything, which is pretty important. The only thing is, I think this is slightly darker, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of, there's a kind of air pocket in this. Just a little bit of Florence to darken it up. Right, okay. Make sure you've got that glue really well dispersed in it, because normally with chalk paint you can just heat seal it with an iron or pop it in a tumble dryer, but if you use the top coat sealer method you don't need to worry about these things at all. So I'm just going to paint these edges here with my paint. Don't matter if it gets onto the decoupage paper. Not worried about that. If it goes, there's a little edge, that's fine. I want to kind of eradicate quite a lot of the the look of the canvas bag. Just take it up onto the paper, that's fine. I think I might kind of do some sort of stamping at the top of this. See, already it's getting very involved. I didn't want it to become like that, but it is. So I think you get the drill of what I'm doing here. I'm going to paint the rest of the bag. I don't know if I'll paint the handle. I think that might be quite tricky for me to do, but I'll try and see what I need to get along here, but I'll need to get a darker coloured paint for that. Oh no, that's fine. I'm over the fact that her face has got a little bit of distress in it. So what? My face has got distress in it and I'm not bothered. Right, okay. Happy days. You really need to work it into the kind of fabric of the bag. You don't want any sort of white bits showing, and I think probably the best way to do that is using your finger. Same on the other side. So I'll get on and I will paint my bag, and then when we come back next, I'll be maybe putting some pattern on it and just maybe some embellishment just to finish it off and make it look pretty. Okay, I painted my bag the turquoisey blue. Now, can I just say, for those that think, oh, this won't last or it won't hold up in damp weather, this is it. And I had to scrub my table, and that's just it on my table. When it's on fabric, it's not coming off. So I just want to reassure you of that. Now, I got some of the blue paint and I put it on the parts that I didn't like. Then what I did was I ran over it with antique linen, Tim Holtz, and kind of fussied it up a bit. I used this stamp here. I'm going to show you these things on the back, but I'm just kind of talking you through it. I used this stamp here around the edges with rusty brown, and I used the walnut stain, I think it was the walnut stain, yeah, to go around these edges and just kind of distress them a bit and dirty them up. Yeah, so I'll just show you what it's like on the back. The handle was not easy to paint, that's all I'm going to say. Right, okay. So same deal. I'll use the rusty brown stamp again.
Any idea what that stamp's from?
Yeah, it's from the IOD primitive stamp. No, Pennsylvania folk art stamp, sorry. And you can see it in my mind's eye, I just couldn't remember the name. These things are not easy to stamp. I mean, they're not really. And just a suggestion of it around here, I think, because there's not really an edge. But I just want to give it that sort of distressed look. Here's that corner that was giving me all the issues. Got a wee bit more on this side. Typical me. I'm mumbling to myself.
That's all right.
Right. Put that around there. It's just to give it a kind of patterny look. I used the distressed oxide first, and let's just kind of give some of the orange around here. And can put some around there as well. We can also put it up round. Okay, we were having camera issues. Martin's phone's playing funny today. So what I was saying was, you can also rub the sort of a rusty sort of colour around the edges of your handles as well. Give them a little bit of oomph. Now, once I've done that, I want to kind of make her face look a little bit more sort of, just kind of changes the tone slightly. You can rub some of that down there as well. That one doesn't have a huge impact. Now, walnut stain will make it nice and grub it up a little bit. Now, last but not least, Scotch timber. Sorry, Matty, I'm going quite fast. I did the same with, that's bringing out a nice sort of detail on her face. I'm going to do that. I did the same with the parts that I distressed on. I added the turquoise on that so that, you know, just here, I just dirty that up a wee bit. And I don't think it's really that bothered. I'm not that bothered now about what happened. Now, when you kind of unfold the sides of your bag, you have to kind of remember these edges as well. Don't forget them. They're quite important. Because you want it to have, you know, look like it's actually all uniform. And if you don't do in there, it'll look a wee bit daft. So again, just pull this apart. I think when I go to stage it and you see it all kind of puffed out a bit, I think it'll look a wee bit better. But right now it's quite flat looking. Why the copper? Because it is copper, isn't it? Yeah, no rusty hinge, but it's a coppery colour because there's a lot of orange in the design. Now, last but not least, Get that round, get round front. I just want to show you how this is, you know, it's, and what I'm going to do with it now is, once I've finished this bag, I'm going to give it a seal with top coat sealer, not the fabric, just the decoupage, just to save cracking. I don't think it will, because it's so malleable right now that I think it should be absolutely fine. But you know, now Martin, this is going to make you giggle. I was thinking of, I need a bit of trim for down the bottom here, and the first thing I came to was this.
I really don't think it needs that.
I only brought that out to make you giggle. I thought of this one, but it's too heavy. And so lastly, this is actual old lampshade trim that I dye. I dyed it with a little bit of Barcelona orange and a little bit of cornflower, and this is the colour that it came out. So I'm thinking this along here is just going to finish everything off wonderfully. Melt in a plastic bag. Somebody commented, I think it was Toddy Luke, on my glue gun, and I was trying to say, you know, this is a relatively new glue gun. I go through them so fast, but they always end up looking like that. I don't know why. They just look filthy. I've seen other people's glue guns, and I feel the glue gun shame, but not that much. Right, okay. That just gives it a little bit of something that I thought, ooh, let's get a little bit of shimmy onto that. And that, I just want to make sure that it sits nice. That is that project finished, complete. So yes, you can decoupage bags. You can decoupage shoes. When I did shoes in a live, you can do it. Well, I mean, I can't really think of anything you can't. The only thing that it struggles, my paper struggles to do, and it's good to be honest, is circular objects. However, there is a way to do that, and it's quite easy. It's just make sure that your paper is really wet and soft, and cut it. If you're doing a sort of sphere shape, cut it and put it up that way, and just join the pattern, and you can still do it.
Not just your paper.
No, you can do it with tissue paper. Tissue paper is really good for doing things like that if you've got a light tissue paper, but that is the only thing. But the thing is, tissue paper and other things are not substantial enough to do some of the things that Made by Marley can do. So it's just it's a 6 2/3 what you want to do. I mean, I prefer thicker because it really is easier to apply. I mean, applying napkins and tissue paper to me is just, and I've been doing it a long time.
I'm
But
blown away by this.
do you like it?
Yeah, just like, you know, what you said about how robust it is. You know?
I mean, I could pour water on it now. Do you want me to put water on it to show you how waterproof it is? Can you see that running off it? Can you see? See the, because it's waterproof. I don't want, I want to seal it. I don't really want it wet. But yeah, that's the bag. That's the front. That's the back. And I really am disappointed in you, Martin, because I really did think that you would go for the, I thought this is the rooster feathers time. You know, it's...
There'll never be a time for that.
Anyway, we'll get to staging this up, and that's another Made by Marley project done. So here's the bag all staged up and looking pretty, completely waterproof, colour won't run. I suggest you have a look at the Made by Marley papers and see what fabric you can decoupage. I'm so pleased with how this bag has turned out, and I'm actually going to use it. And tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it round so you can see the other side. And there's the other side of the bag. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and tune in tomorrow for more that's my Scottish just coming out, more Made by Marley swap projects.